Hey guys, and welcome back to another Hytale news video. My name is Caleb, and today we're going to be covering a few speculative topics that you guys have requested and how the community is feeling about Hytale during the blog hiatus. Did they announce too early? Are fans happy to wait? Keep watching to hear our thoughts. First things first, for those who don't keep an eye on Twitter or Instagram, we got a new screenshot the other day, captioned, "After a long day of adventuring in Hytale, why not come home and tend to your crops?" You can see this great view of a wheat farm with snowy mountains in the background and a humble cottage that looks very cosy. We get another look at the horse in the bottom left, the corgi, some chickens, and if you zoom in closely you'll also see an axe sticking out of a log with some timber beside it. This looks like it might be a functional block instead of crafting planks from a crafting table or what Hytale calls a workbench. We might need to get lumberjacking instead. If not, it's a really nice decorative block that will look great complementing farms like these and cottages in the woods. If any of you guys out there are builders and would like to see a video on all the decorative blocks we've seen so far in Hytale, let us know in the comments below. Moving on to the next tweet, Simon from Hytale just tweeted out that there are some seriously terrifying monsters being added to Hytale as we speak. Those that were wondering how Hytale would be a teen-rated game might just have an answer. Now he does say he is legit concerned about the reaction of players when they first encounter this thing, meaning it could have a jump scare like mechanic where it teleports or appears behind players, or just a very startling appearance that players will come to expect. Either way, we're excited to see first-time reactions from Twitch streamers and YouTubers when they get their hands on the game. Now for some fast speculation about consoles. One of the most common questions we see in our community is people asking about Hytale coming to Xbox, PlayStation, mobile, VR and so on. The last we heard about consoles was at EGX Rezzed, where they said they are wanting to put work on console platforms sooner rather than later, but we shouldn't expect it straight away. If you missed it, we have a whole video on EGX which you can check out in the description. However, some eagle-eyed fans have spotted the Hytale Studio Twitter account began following Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, and Bill Gates, the man from Microsoft. Now before you say it, this isn't anything out of the ordinary, right? The developers follow hundreds of people, including these two, and it doesn't necessarily point to Hytale's association with console developers right now. But following people with the official Hypixels account is a business decision. So regardless on whether they're working on using these platforms or not, it is a strategic move. They want fans to know they are following these two key people. Of course, the Hypixel Studio accounts follow various figures and fans, and companies they generally admire, which is all a form of PR and creating a persona. So this is just an extra tidbit of information and may not mean anything. Also, they may try out different consoles, but in the end decide to only release on one or two as a part of contract or business strategy. So we will have to wait and see. As we know, earlier this year TebX started a mutual following with Hypixel Studios and got to play a demo of Hytale during GDC 2019. They are a monetization platform for games like Minecraft. This doesn't affirm that they will be working together, but it wouldn't be surprising. Speaking of GDC, E3 is coming up and we're not expecting any Hytale announcements. Noxy tweeted several weeks ago replying to someone asking that he had no plans for E3. These conferences take months to prepare, and so far Hytale devs have been letting us know of conference appearances well in advance. Even though E3 tends to be full of surprises, we expect that developers will only be there as attendees only. However, that doesn't mean we won't get any news at all. These events are great for networking as seen with TebX, and we'll be updating you guys lightning fast, so make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications so that you know as soon as we upload. On to something more controversial. The Hytale's hiatus is upon us. We are in limbo, unsure of when new information will be released. If you follow the Hytale website or our channel, you will know that we are not to be expecting regular weekly blogs anymore in favour of speeding up game production. It has now been over a month since any blog has been made, and the small drips coming from Twitter and Instagram have been met with mixed reactions. It seems from Twitter alone that a vocal majority of fans are disappointed by the slowdown of announcements. So we decided to take a poll for ourselves and see exactly what you guys are thinking. Overall, we are pretty surprised with the results. It's definitely not as bad as social media makes it out, with more than a third of people saying no, Hytale are not taking too long. A considerable amount of the fanbase is loyal and happy to wait for a quality game. However, all opinions are valid, and a lot of people, including some of our audience watching today, do think Hytale is taking too long. Keep in mind though, it's important to note that some of these votes can be discounted as people simply wishing the game were out and not actually saying that Hytale is too far gone. And this is also a reflection of the time span between the announcement trailer to now. Some people feel they are more happy to wait for a quality game but wish the trailer was announced a little bit closer to beta. These are all perfectly reasonable opinions, however fans should know that Hytale isn't really behind schedule. Most games have an average wait from 6 to 12 months from the trailer, and then there are secondary trailers released to restore excitement if it takes longer than that. Obviously there are some games that have tighter schedules. But you mustn't forget that despite Hytale's backing, they are still an indie game developer. Some fans say they have been working on it for 3 years, how much longer can it really take? A majority of these 3 years of development was spent on designing the engine. Hytale built the voxel-based system all on their own from the ground up. That takes an unbelievable amount of time, and the world building and animations relative to that don't take very long. They've also been creating the software for modders that will come included with the game. So that is a feat in of itself. They are embedding their own server listing into the client itself instead of outsourcing to a third-party website, and crafting more than one world with lore and mobs and animals that aren't one-dimensional. Moreover, as the devs have said themselves, the sheer amount of attention that the announcement gained has actually slowed momentum. They didn't have the infrastructure set up to support as many beta sign-ups and job applications as they received. They didn't expect millions of people to be watching the infancy of this game, and they've also received funding from a large, well-known investor. All of these funds have to be put to good use before the game can be released. It's clear that most of the community following Hytale has high expectations. Rushing anything is the worst possible move. Scaling back information seems to be the most beneficial for speeding up production, and also stops the devs getting a little too preoccupied with managing the fans' community expectations and requests. All in all, we are feeling positive that the decision not to rush is a good one, and that when they are ready to fire the hype thrusters for beta, we will be blown away. To close our video out today, we have a variant speculation theory from one of our Discord users. We would like to give 100% credit to Epicene aka Neon Skylights for coming up with this epic theory about Hytale's lore. Varen is known to be Hytale's biggest antagonist, the final boss if you will. But what if Varen's past is more interesting than it appears? The theory suggests that Varen could be an ex-priest-like figure, who worshipped Gaia and actually helped her contain the evil before becoming corrupt. Looking at Varen's artwork, we can see the visual trademark of evil from the rune lore marked as a diamond in his armour, his fingers and the 3 diamonds in his head. Epicene also pointed out another possible interpretation for the design of Hytale's logo, looking closely at the linework in the H. The Hytale community has speculated and largely come to agree that the sphere shape in the top right was a sign of Orbis, Gaia on the left and Varen in the bottom right. But what if the sphere is also a representation of the corruption over Varen, the corruption that Varen previously helped Gaia contain? Once we free Gaia, it might be her duty to undo the evil that Varen has been consumed by. This is assuming once Gaia is awoken she isn't evil herself. Now that would be a plot twist. In one of the blog posts, the artist designing Varen said that they wanted him to be unlike anything else in the game. Epicene points out that this could be because he was tainted from his original form, but still possesses the green just like Gaia's dress. In the artwork of the temples we can see one structure for each element of the game. If you line this up with the rune concepts, the middle one with the insides revealed is likely to be where the void essence was kept. Perhaps it used to be Varen's domain, as if he were a guardian of that element prior to his corruption. He's also depicted holding Gaia's light, which may have been kept in the temple and transformed into void energy when it wasn't maintained. Epicene also mentioned that if you follow the artistic intention for the colours of the different mobs, you'll notice some have hints of green or some are mostly purple, like the Void Dragon and Void Eyes. This could be a sign of mobs with green accents being previous followers of Gaia that are now converted, and purple mobs being a result of direct influence from the void element. Once again, we'd like to thank Epicene for this awesome bit of theorising and keeping us on our toes for the new insights hiding in plain sight. If you guys have any thoughts you can add to this, join our Discord with the link in the description or comment below. You get notified as soon as a blog or Hytale tweet comes out, and can keep up to date with the community and various other fun secret things we have going on there. If you're a fan and already part of our Discord family, give us a Nitro boost and you'll get an epic roll in return. Anyone with premium Nitro can boost their favourite servers once every 7 days, and this supports the whole community, giving us more access to a server banner, custom URLs and more pufferfish emojis. How could you say no to more puff? Lastly, after you subscribed and got that bell on, feel free to like the video if you're enjoying these new formats of longer videos with more research and fresh editing. Let us know if you have any other suggestions or thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one, and we'll see you in the next Hytale video. Bye!